life is a dynamite. Army. Wow. This is a powerful song. God, this gets me so excited to record BTS. Like, even just that small line that Jimin had. I'm just like, aw, Jimin, I love you. Let's go. We let it slide. Come on, bro. You didn't let it slide. We both know you wanted RM to perform because your ratings would boost up. Hello, Army. Hello, Army. Welcome to the channel rillareacts. I'm Rilla, and guess what? We got an exciting freaking BTS reaction today. I'm jumping into Boracity Magazine. And yeah, we already checked out the basically Who is BTS video over on the main channel. But I wanted to do how BTS changed Tiny Desk concerts. And then over on Patreon right now, you can actually watch my reaction to BTS Tiny Desk concert Home. That'll be over on Patreon as you're watching this. So check the link in the description and jump over there if you want more exciting stuff. I release multiple BTS reactions each week, so we'll see you over there. But let's jump into how BTS changed Tiny Desk concerts. I personally love Tiny Desk concerts. I actually watched the Tiny Desk concert with V over on, actually, yeah, we both did over on the main channel, and it was fantastic. V has such a fantastic voice, like Frank Sinatra meets Michael Bublé, and it's just like Swoon City. Ooh, that's a t-shirt. I should put that on a t-shirt, Swoon City. But yeah, we're going to jump into this. I am excited to learn how BTS has changed Tiny Desk concerts.
In 2008, NPR host Bob Boilen and music editor Stephen Thompson left the popular South by Southwest festival.
Good song in the background.
The loud crowd noise didn't allow them to hear the music of folk singer Laura Gibson properly, so they joked about having her perform at their office, behind the host's desk. Eventually, they made it happen, and the Tiny Desk concert series was born. It initially started as a way to give a small independent artist a platform where they could be heard, but a year later, in 2009, a big name reached out to them, Tom Jones. So they decided to welcome big artists as well. That's how they got their first viral performance, T-Pain's Tiny Desk concert. From this point on, a lot of big artists started participating, making the series one of the most popular music shows in the country.
Also, do you want me to react to the Tiny Desk concerts here on the channel? Because if you do, I mean, let me know. Of course, I'm going to be doing those
Many
too.
compare the current relevance of Tiny Desk concert to the one of the MTV Unplugged series during the 90s. The show's format is one of the most popular in pop culture right now. However, only a couple years ago, Tiny Desk was really a big American show. They did have a lot of international artists, but this didn't lead to international franchises or an international audience. That was until 2020 changed the show's format, with a little help from BTS.
Let's go.
The Tiny Desk concert producers have been inviting international artists to their show for a long time, and they've revealed that they have invited BTS for years. The show's producers even suggested moving the desk, so the 7 of them could be more comfortable, even allowing them to dance if they wanted to. During these years of invitations, the show had some very famous guests, but year after year, the BTS Tiny Desk concert didn't happen. In my opinion, this makes sense. From 2017 to 2019, BTS's schedule was completely packed, so they had to carefully prioritize. The invitations
us Army, we love BTS.
Big events, mostly recognized and broadcast around the world. And as popular as the Tiny Desk concerts were becoming in the US during this time, BTS simply didn't have the time for a show that most international audiences didn't know existed.
I mean, that's fair.
This was until the pandemic started. In 2020, BTS could not travel outside of South Korea, so their projects could only be promoted through pre-recorded performances they sent internationally. This was the reason why BTS started accepting a lot of invitations they've been rejecting for years. They finally agreed to perform at BBC Radio 1, MTV Unplugged, the VMAs, and of course, Tiny Desk concert. Because this was during the pandemic, BTS participated in a special version of the show titled Tiny Desk Home Concert, in which the artists tried to capture the same unplugged environment at their homes. And because a lot of people around the world were stuck at home during the pandemic, 2020 became one of the biggest years in Tiny Desk history.
Not even only Tiny Desk, like everything. Harry Mack exploded He's a rapper. If you don't know, he's a freestyle rapper. He exploded on Omegle bars and whatnot because Omeg, like COVID, you couldn't go anywhere, right? And so he exploded just like everything else. And obviously BTS now doing all these things they can, go to again. I'm super pumped because now Tiny Desk is, boom, even bigger.
Just
That's
in
cool.
the US, but globally. So BTS's performance, along with other Tiny Desk home concerts, rapidly entered the channel's top 10. I believe that one of the reasons why BTS's performance stood out among other Tiny Desk home concerts is because it felt closer to a regular Tiny Desk concert. So it was not just a popular BTS performance that fans don't even remember what it was for. BTS made it easier to associate this performance with the show. And this was something that not a lot of artists could fully replicate. To do this, BTS performed with a live band at the record store Vinyl and Plastic in Seoul. They performed 3 songs that somehow told a very specific story about the world's situation. The first song was what I consider the escape. In 2020, most popular songs were lighthearted and not too serious, and many associated this with a phenomenon in music known as recession pop, which happens during times of economic crisis. Recession pop happened for the first time in 2008. It had a short resurgence during the pandemic, and another
2008, isn't that when the floods happened too? Because I remember specifically like my hometown being flooded out, and I was thankfully with my dad at the time, and so we were, hours away and watching our home getting flooded. It was pretty rough, but yeah, recession pop, that's interesting. It's like takes a time where it's totally crap and brings out good music and just like fun music to make you think about not that, right? Make you think about the fun of things.
In 2024. So BTS opened their 2020 Tiny Desk concert with what the world wanted to listen to at the time. Not a sad, sentimental song, but some sort of escapism.
It's a disco pop track that we simply wanted to share great energy to everyone around the world.
Dynamite was BTS's first song to be fully recorded in English, so it easily topped charts around the world, including the US specifically. With this uplifting pop song, BTS welcomes Western and global audiences to their world.
And so those of you out there that think, us Westerners are just doing this to get the views, I personally, like, views are nice, obviously, but I personally love BTS so much. Like, as you can probably tell, I've dove in headfirst and I'm like doing the big journey of BTS, and like over on Patreon, it's just extra stuff because there's just a lot of stuff to record, right? And so, so what I say to you is, I'm sorry, but like us Westerners also really enjoy BTS. Like there are some reactors out there, I'm not going to name names, that are definitely only doing it for the money, only doing it for the K-pop and BTS views. But me, I love BTS. I cannot wait to continue to do BTS and stuff. So that's been my PSA. Let's continue.
After Dynamite, BTS doesn't completely address the elephant in the room, but they hinted. While still maintaining an upbeat tone, they sing about the stressful reality. BTS Save Me, released in 2016, is about feeling trapped in a dark place. So they ask someone to please reach out their hand and save them.
Okay.
In my opinion, they chose this song purely from a storytelling point. BTS has many songs that would fit way better in this unplugged environment of indie music. But Save Me has both the recession music.
That video kind of has an NF, the search vibe. We've done that on the main channel if you want to go check that out. But yeah, this is really cool because they chose a song that you wouldn't expect, right? They didn't choose the most popular song. They chose a song that reflected on what was happening in the current situation, like the life, humanity. And that's why I love BTS, right? They're down to earth, but they also want to tell a story through their vision. And it's really cool. Good for them.
This unplugged environment of indie music. But Save Me has both the recession music characteristic electropop sound and lyrics that express the feeling of hopelessness that the world was feeling. This was the perfect transition to the third and last song. Spring Day was the song that surprised
Okay, so Save Me and Spring Day, obviously I have to go record those now because I haven't heard either of them. So right after this, I'm going to jump into Save Me and Spring Day.
Tiny Desk creator Stephen Thompson the most. He wrote, Spring Day seemed especially true to BTS's hopeful nature. Introduced with a few optimistic words from rapper and singer RM, the song reflects on a need to wait out hard times, even as the weight of present-day pain feels oppressive. Released on the last day of a grim season, Spring Day provides a nice reminder of what awaits us on the other side. We just have to get through fall and winter first.
We live at such difficult time like now. We all are wishing for the spring day to come.
It's been the roughest summer ever, but we know that spring will come.
Wow.
So the relevance of BTS's Tiny Desk concert was not just their participation.
God, this gets me so excited to record BTS. Like, even just that small line that Jimin had, I'm just like, aw, Jimin, I love you. Let's go. The Jimin effect is real, people. The Jimin effect is real.
It was also the stage, the introduction of BTS's more laid-back side to mainstream audiences, the track list, and the explanation BTS gave of the track list. All of this makes the performance easy to remember, and of course, extremely popular.
Ooh, RM has his own too? Oh, Lord.
We can still wonder, is this performance relevant because of the format or because of BTS? Is there really a significant international audience used to maximalist performances willing to watch a more laid-back version of their favorite artists? The perfect person to test this was RM of BTS, the second idol invited to Tiny Desk. RM's solo music is more alternative hip-hop and R&B, which allowed him to stay true to Tiny Desk format. RM's Tiny Desk concert happened in December of 2022, so it didn't really need to be a home edition. Tiny Desk went back to prioritizing the regular format by this time, but they made an exception for RM, who didn't travel to America to promote his album Indigo. Tiny Desk creator Stephen Thompson wrote, "Given that BTS's RM is based in South Korea, we let it slide, not least because his team put together one of the most..."
We let it slide? Come on, bro. You didn't let it slide. We both know you wanted RM to perform because your ratings would boost up. That is such a corporate saying. We let it slide. God, I hate that so much. Thankfully, he was able to let RM do his thing, but come on, you didn't let it slide.
South Korea, we let it slide, not least because his team put together one of the most impressive Tiny Desk facsimiles we've seen yet. RM's Tiny Desk concert was released the same day as his album Indigo, but he started his performance with an old song, Soul, from his 2018 mixtape Mono.
Basically, as you know, the capital city, which is my second hometown in Korea. Seoul is the city that I spent the most time since I started music, so I just always been wanting to make a song about.
I'm really excited to do album reactions. I'm going to be doing full album reactions here on Patreon here soon. And I got a Jin Echo full video coming out. Yeah, I'm really pumped for you guys to see that. But
then RM performs two songs from his album Indigo, Yoon, which originally features the Queen of Neo Soul Erykah Badu, and Still Life, which features Anderson .Paak.
Next song would be first track of the album Indigo. It's about the Korean painter Yoon Hyung-gun that I have the biggest respect, art industry.
That's so
He was
cool.
always saying that you should firstly be a human before you do some art or do something. So
be a human before you pursue creativity and passion and art. Respect. Respect.
Is inspired by his lifelong message, and when you see the cover of the album, you could see his painting. I want to be a human.
Oh, that makes sense with the painting now. I wonder what that painting was. So it's based around Yoon, the painter. Oh, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
It's the cool world, but it's don't be more poor. It's a number 2, track 2 out of this album, and it's called Still Life. So I wrote this song actually out of the museum, so a lot of paintings were titled Still Life, and I felt really strange. The flower as a model of the painting is, dead like a century ago. but it's still alive in the painting by the painters themselves. So they
Wow.
gave the birth, actually the eternal birth or life to the flowers by painting.
I'm still alive, but I'm moving.
What?
They look now, go forward. Yo, 멈추지 않은 정물.
Although the Tiny Desk producers were very insistent on having RM on the actual desk in Washington, D.C., the performance was a success. There was a significant
They are literally like, they are begging RM for his views. Are you seeing this right now? Are we looking at the same corporate NPR? Like, now, if we can just get him to visit the real Tiny Desk, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, we want your ratings. God, that stuff makes me mad. It's like, NPR, cool. I mean, Tiny Desk, amazing. But it's like, stuff like that kind of irks me. Just let musicians be musicians. Like, let artists do their thing and stop begging.
DC, the performance was a success. There was a significant international audience willing to watch this format.
Exactly.
So after years of having occasional specials for international artists, NPR launched their
Global
first
Fest. That's
official
smart.
international series, Tiny Desk Korea.
Yes, Tiny Desk Korea. And that's how we did the V Tiny Desk. Oh, that was so good. Yep, here we go.
NPR joined the Korean telecommunications and media company LGU Plus to create Tiny Desk Korea. The first promotion teaser was released in August 17 of
Let's
2023
go.
with the slogan "Tiny but not so tiny concert," a phrase RM said on BTS's
Tiny but not
Desk
so
concert.
tiny.
Yo, everyone could also enjoy a tiny but not so tiny concert.
I love that. A tiny but not so tiny concert.
The first list of performers included V of BTS.
Of
His
course.
performance was the only one to be released simultaneously on NPR's Music regular channel and the brand new Tiny Desk Korea channel.
Oh, it was
This
so
gave
good,
visibility
too. If you want to check that out, you can. I'm gonna pop up the video right now over on the main channel. It was so good. Like, you really should check it out. We recorded that, I think, during BTS week over on EJ Rilla. So yeah, it was really,
to
really
the
fun.
previously released videos of smaller Korean artists and made audiences aware of the new show's format. V of BTS was the perfect artist to have this big premiere. His entire
Yes.
debut album Layover was R&B, jazz, and neo-soul. So
Oh,
he
so
had an
beautiful.
8-member session band performing with him, including 3 backup vocalists. Although the entire album was a
Blue.
perfect fit for this style of performance, V chose the pre-release single Love Me Again, the main single Slow Dancing, and the B-side For Us. NPR and Tiny Desk producer Suraya Mohammed wrote, "Love Me Again starts the set with a catchy hook and steamy verses sung in Korean. You don't have to understand the language to feel the regret and loss."
예전으로 천천히 make it feel better, yeah, make it forever.
V keeps the romantic mood
God, I love
going with
V
an
so
up-tempo
much.
R&B vibe on
I love
Slow
V.
Dancing.
Slow dancing. Slow dancing.
V ends the
Yeah.
concert with the jazzy For Us.
이번 앨범은 잠시 스쳐가듯 그리고 쉬어가듯 지나가듯 머무는 휴식 같은 곡들로 채웠습니다.
After V's performance,
Oh,
many
man.
artists popular in South Korea joined the list of Tiny Desk Korea performers. And only 7 months after the beginning of the series, NPR partnered with the Japan broadcast.
Man, you know what? You know what this tells me? Now I need to do NPR Tiny Desk all over the place reactions. Would you guys like that? I feel like it would be fun, right?
Corporation or NHK
Tiny Desk-
to launch the
Tiny Desk
second
Thursday.
international series, Tiny Desk Concerts Japan. The series was launched with a strategy similar to Tiny Desk Korea. The list of artists part of the big premiere of Tiny Desk Concerts Japan included a big recognizable artist.
Who's
His
that?
performance was published on the
Fuji
NPR
Kaze?
Music channel, which brought attention to other performances
Oh gosh. And now I have to do, man, there's a whole world Japanese musicians and artists and groups too. I started with K-pop. Well, here comes the J-pop, I guess.
says
I
at
don't
the
know.
NHK World Japan channel.
Oh, I love music so much.
Mainstream audiences expect BTS to be the typical boy band that performs pop songs
They are
with
not the
intense
typical boy band.
choreographies. So it's no surprise that this is one of the most recommended BTS performances for non-fans. It makes sense. BTS is used to performing in settings like this, but not so much in American shows. This is because America wants to see the boy band side of BTS. As
Yeah.
I mentioned, the creator of
don't.
Tiny Desk concert was willing to move the desk for the first time ever just so BTS could dance, changing
Wow.
the format of the show. It wouldn't have been a Tiny Desk concert. It would have been a tiny concert. And I
Tiny
wonder
concert.
if BTS's performance would have been as impactful as it was if BTS decided to perform Dynamite with a choreography for the 30th time during the pandemic. Tiny Desk concerts were gaining popularity outside the US during the pandemic, so I wouldn't doubt the popularity of BTS's performance, but the impact is something different. Tiny Desk had more than 100 international artists on their show
Wow.
before they had BTS. Some were
100.
huge international artists, but it was BTS's performance what made not just international audiences, but also international broadcasting stations truly notice the potential this format had. So this may
Wow.
have been just one more show that BTS accepted to be part of during the
No,
pandemic.
it was
this may
more
have
than
been
that.
just a casual phrase by RM, but the performance's impact will forever
Tiny
be part
desk,
of the show's
but not
legacy.
so tiny content. I like that purple mic too. Wow. Okay. Dang, she always does so, like, her videos are always so informative, but also really amazing. Like, well done, well put together. Thank you again for another video. I appreciate that. So now I know how BTS has changed Tiny Desk concerts. So because of them, Tiny Desk Korea actually came out. And that's how we found V with the Tiny Desk Korea. And now NPR and Tiny Desk has a million videos that I need to watch. Not enough time in the world. Oh my gosh. Army, I love you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to jump over on Patreon because I'm going to react to the BTS Tiny Desk concert right now. And I'm going to do it and record it and put it over there. Thank you for being with me. I love you. I love this journey. I cannot wait for more. And again, the boys are almost back. The boys are back in town. We're going to make that joke later. We'll see ya. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Of course, join me on Patreon. And we will see you in another BTS video. I love you. Goodbye.
네가 변한 건지
네가 변한 건지
아니면 내가 변한 건지
내가 변한 건지
이 순간 흐르는